Hey guys, so I just started a new build around interesting mechanic, and I can already see that this is gonna have some issues, and I have some solutions to those issues. By the way, I just barely got the map, so I don't really have a lot of clips to show. And the build is focusing around massive regen, or should I say life recharge. And also, by the way, just look at how cool Scorching Ray looks like. This is a new default Scorching Ray look. No MTX, nothing. Look at how cool the flame, and once you stop channeling, it still has the flame going. It just looks so cool. This is basically the only reason why I started the Scorching Ray. I think the high regen build worked the best with Scorching Ray, because normally on the Scorching Ray it's impossible to get leech, and the way you sustain life is either through flasks, not getting hit, or just mitigating the damage and just with some regen. But this build has insane regen, and the way I get that is through and by the way, this is nothing new, this has been since Legion. The way I do get that is from Glorious Vanity Jewel, which turns a keystone into Eternal Youth, which does give energy shield recharge instead applies to life. And I briefly mentioned this in my what's unique about this unique item when talking about Mask of the Stitch Demon, but in this case I'm not using that helmet, and I just wanted to focus on this recharge. And there are a couple limitations and a couple issues with this. So this becomes, so if you know how energy shield recharge works, basically if you stop taking any damage into energy shield, after a couple of seconds you quickly start recharging it very fast. It's like 20% per second. And with this keystone, it becomes based on your life. So the more life you have, the more you're gonna be recharging per second. The issue is that you have to not be taking damage into your life, so it's not gonna work with Eldritch Battery. And another thing is that you need Wicked Word, which also reduces ES recharge rate. So you cut your life recharge in half as well. You also lose half of the normal life regen, so you don't even need to focus on life regen anymore, or even worry about it, because it's gonna be cut in half, so whatever. And another thing is that how do you force that ES recharge or life recharge? Because if you take any hits into your life, you're gonna stop that recharge. Even if you got Wicked Word, I mean, with Wicked Word, once it starts, it cannot be interrupted for the next 4 seconds, based on how this functions. So I decided to go with the Ceregial Scrying, because this is the only item that can force ES recharge. But the issue is that you have to get max block, which I am actually getting with the Bone Offering, because this is Cyan Necro, and then I chose, well, the second class can be optional, but I chose to go with the Chieftain to get more damage. But the focus is Bone Offering, and the Bone Offering gives me almost 30 attack and spell block. I do have 25% reduced effect of Bone Offering. I'm getting capped attack block and spell block. I'm getting 75% attack block and 52 spell block. I will be trying to increase the spell block a bit more. If I would go Gladiator, I would get over 60 spell block, but a lot less damage. Also, to increase the spell block, it's kind of difficult to get spell block actually. So I actually got the increased effect of Offerings Body Armor, which affects the Bone Offering and gives slightly bit more spell block. As you can see, it's 45 without the Body Armor, and it's 52 with the Body Armor, so it does give decent amount. Now the issue is, like I said, you have to block, and I kind of solved this issue. I got enough block, I would say. I can still get a bit more with the Cluster Jewels. Another issue is that this only triggers 20% chance of the time when you block. It seems like it's not that bad. I mean, you need to get hit like 6 times per second on average, because, well, you don't always block to proc it, but in practice it's actually quite unreliable, especially on a single target. So I'm thinking I may actually completely go the different route, and instead of going block, I would just try to not get hit. Once you not get hit, just don't get hit, forehead. Once you don't get hit, after a couple of seconds you start that life recharge and then just focus on dodge to not get hit again. Or just yeah, once you start that, maybe Wicked Word can kick in, or just protect against interruptions for 4 seconds. So maybe that would be a better route. Another issue with block is that when I block, I also stun myself. So when doing Scorching Ray, I keep getting stunned, and it's kind of annoying that it keeps breaking Scorching Ray. And you may think that this Soul of the Brand King would help, but it's not really that useful. It protects you against like chain stuns for 2 seconds, but every 2 seconds you can still get stunned. It's like moving between enemy packs, so every time you still get stunned. It's really annoying. Another thing is, of course, I could get like avoid interruptions from stuns while casting, get the cluster jewels to avoid that, and maybe that would be the case, would be the solution. But still, the 20% chance to start ES recharge rate recharge is just very unreliable. So maybe some of you got better ideas how to solve this, and I don't think that there's any other item that forces ES recharge. And like I said, you can't use Eldritch Battery. I mean, you can use Eldritch Battery, but you're still gonna be taking damage into your health and losing, interrupting and stopping ES life recharge. You could of course use the gloves, which sacrifices your health to recover the same amount of ES, and because normally you don't have ES recharge. If you take this, you have life recharge, and then you would not be taking damage into your health. But that's also not really a thing that I want to be doing, so I don't know. Now also probably should have mentioned at the start how much actually regen I'm getting. By the way, I'm using Blightwell, which is amazing for this. It gives 400% increased ES recharge rate, but of course it does slows down the start of ES recharge. Let's see, I'm getting 4,000 right now, and I'm planning on getting above 6,000 health. So I have almost 4,000 life right now. Another issue is that I have to have some flask active, and I tend to waste all my flasks like at once on a single target, so that could be an issue as well. Another issue that I ran into is how you proc cast damage taken, how you proc Desecrate and Bone Offering. I linked to the one cast damage taken setup and in the correct order, but it just doesn't create Desecrate fast enough for Bone Offering to consume it. It just you kind of have to trigger it twice, which is an issue, because I don't want to be hit hard enough twice to proc it to get the block to be able to. It's just massive clunkiness, I guess. So I'm thinking maybe I should just drop this block completely, revamp my passive skill tree. By the way, this is how I'm planning this right now. Getting the Thread of Hope, getting some block and stuff like that. I'm gonna be refining probably these, connecting to the Marauder starting area to get more life. So I will have around 200% increased life from the passive skill tree. Just I'm not gonna have that much life. Even over 6k may be difficult, especially with this body armor. I would probably need to recraft this. So I may go with the different approach and go maybe towards the shadow starting area, grab the phase acro and focus everything on dodge and not getting hit. So I don't know, maybe you got some bright ideas how to make this better, or in general maybe some cool idea to build around this massive region. By the way, I probably should have tried the Righteous Fire. So in case you're wondering how would it work with Righteous Fire, I actually haven't tested this. Oh, okay. So the ES recharge is not kicking in, life recharge is not kicking. You can see how fast it's recharging, and that's when I use the Quicksilver. Let's try this again. Yeah, it seems like Righteous Fire does stop life recharge rate. So yeah, you're not gonna be using that with the Righteous Fire, even if you're not getting hit. So yeah, that's pretty much it about this build right now. Like I said, this is just starting map, so I don't have like optimized build yet and need to change a lot of things. So comment below, what do you think I should do? Should I focus on block, or should I try and go with dodge and not getting hit? What do you think is gonna work better? So for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.